info record or purchasing info record. Now what is this info record or purchasing info record? Whenever we try to create a purchase order for a particular material and the vendor, we have two ways to maintain the net price and the conditions. One is manually you can enter the net price and the conditions, and another one is you'll get the price and the conditions automatically in the purchase order. One is manually you need to enter the net price and the conditions. Another is automatically you will get the net price and the conditions in the purchase order, provided if you maintain info record. So info record, what is an info record? Is a master data that contains central source of information of a certain material and the vendor relating to the purchasing data under a particular plant with a specific purchasing organization is called an info record. It mainly determines the price and the conditions from the info record. When we create a purchase order, the system automatically displays the net price and the conditions to the vendor. When we create a purchase order for a particular material and the vendor, the system automatically displays the net price and the conditions from the info record. And the info record is maintained in 4 different category types: standard info record, subcontracting info record, consignment info record, and pipeline info record. Okay, we'll see now. So we'll have the configuration settings. So this configuration settings I will show how to create the number ranges, how to define the number ranges for the info record. But whatever the settings are there for SAP standard, let it be like that only. But in the real time, we'll define these number ranges. Now see here. Coming to the configuration settings, SPRO, SAP reference IMG, materials management, purchasing, purchasing info record, define number ranges. Define number ranges. Click on groups. So these are the SAP given standard settings. Purchasing info record for stock material IL, the indicator, and purchasing info record for non-stock material IM. So these are the standard settings. Therefore, don't disturb the standard settings while you are practicing during the training program also. But in the real time, we'll create the number ranges. I will show it how to define it. The reason is, in our training version, if you create the number ranges, what happens in the near future, when you try to create a purchase order, the purchase order will be created, but we are unable to create a GR for that purchase orders. So that's the reason, don't disturb the standard settings of the number ranges belongs to the info record. Whatever the standard settings are there here, let it be as it is, even in the servers where you are practicing it. I will show it how to define the number ranges in real time. So in the menu bar, go to menu bar, group insert. In the menu bar, group insert. So you'll get a screen. So here text. So number ranges for info record for stock items. So I'll go from number and to number. So from 1 to whatever the number you want to define. Press enter, save. So here you are able to see number ranges for info record for stock items. Now double click on the indicator IL. Double click on the indicator IL. So it will change into blue color. Then select the group what you created and click on element group. So the indicator automatically assigned to the group. So like this will define the number ranges. Similar for non-stock items. In the menu bar, group insert. Number ranges for info record for non-stock items. So from number to number, press enter. So the group has been created. So double click on the indicator IN. Select the group and click on element group. So like this, we define the number ranges. But I am not creating it. What of the settings are there? Let it be like that only. Okay. Yeah. Now to create or to maintain info record, the transaction code is ME11, ME12, ME13. That is create, change and display. Go to the transaction code ME11, enter the vendor. So here, enter your created vendor, material, purchasing organization, plant. In the info category, you activate standard. As of now, we are going to see only the type of info record is standard. In the near future, we will see the subcontracting, the pipeline and consignment. But as of now, standard info record. Press enter. The next subheading you will get general data. The next subheading you will get general data. So here you have first reminder, second reminder and third reminder. So the reminders are maintained in two ways. Suppose if you maintain purchasing value key for the material in the purchasing view in the material master, then these reminders will get automatically. So when you are created a material master, at that time we have entered the purchasing value key. See, I will open the screen. So what is the material here? 6051, right? I'll go to that material master. I will show MM02. Enter that material. In the select use, purchasing view, enter the plant. So here I maintain the purchasing value key as 4. So for this 4 you have the reminders 10, 20, 30 like that. So that's the reason it is displaying automatically in the info record. So the reminders are displayed automatically in the info record provided if you maintain purchasing value key in the purchasing view in the material master. If you don't maintain purchasing value key, then we supposed to enter manually in the info record. So two ways. If you maintain there in the material master, you will get automatically. If you don't maintain in the material master, we need to enter them manually. Next, click on text. Click on text. Info memory. So any text information can be maintained. And this is optional. You may or may not. So this text information is optional. You may or may not. And purchase order text. If you maintain text information, automatically it will be copied into the purchase order. Automatically it will be copied into the purchase order. Now there is option called conditions. Now I'm going to click on these conditions. The moment when I click on these conditions, see guys, all of you, system will take to the next screen where it displays, see here, PB00 gross price. For example, I will enter 100. So what is this PB00? PB00 is called a condition type identified as a gross price given by standard SAP. That CNTY means condition type, we call this. Next, I will enter another condition type given by SAP only, RA01. I will enter 5. Press enter. That is 5%. That is the meaning of it. It's not 5,000. ZA01. I will enter 10. Enter. Surcharge. I will enter another condition type, FRA1. 3. Enter. These are all the standard condition types given by SAP. PB00 identified as a gross price, RA01 identified as a discount, ZA01 identified as a surcharge, FRA1 identified as a freight. So these are all the SAP given standard condition types. And these are the values we're supposed to enter. These are sample values guys I'm entering. Even we can configure and we can create our own condition types. We have a separate chapter. There we'll discuss. This is so early. But as of now, we are going to follow the SAP given standard condition types. How this calculated? These conditions. So this is a calculation part of the condition types. So gross price, we have taken it as 100. And discount is 5% of the gross price. It will become 95. Surcharge is 10% of the gross price, 10. Therefore, net is equal to discount plus surcharge, 105. Then freight, 3% of the gross price. And effective is calculated as net plus freight. So 105 plus 3, 108. It means when we create a purchase order for this material and the vendor, the system automatically takes the net price and the conditions from the info record. So this is the calculation part, whatever the conditions you have maintained over here. Now I am going to save the document. Save. The system automatically takes to the next screen, purchasing organization data. The system automatically takes to the next screen, purchasing organization data. So here, make sure that planned delivery time to be maintained. If you maintain in the vendor master itself, you'll get automatically. Otherwise, we need to enter here. Then purchasing group. And below see guys here, net price you got 105 and effective prices you got as a 108. So system automatically calculate the conditions and the values what we have maintained. And here you have tax code. Just observe. Normally, these tax codes are maintained in the invoice when you are creating invoice creation. But we have other types of info records. Just now we have seen subcontracting info record, consignment info record, pipeline info record. For these types of info records, we're supposed to enter the tax code. So when we're discussing those business scenarios, we are going to maintain this tax code. But for the standard, no need to maintain the tax code at all because we are going to create a regular and normal invoice. Therefore, save the document. So the system will throw a message, info record so and so created, and this is a number range. Because of the number ranges only, you will get this info record number. Now to see the behavior, okay, just I will show how to create a purchase order for this vendor 2201 and for this material 6051. How this info record concept will work. Enter the vendor and in the header level I will enter the purchasing organization, purchasing group and company code. Enter the created material, quantity. Just observe guys, I am not entering the net price at all. I am leaving it blank, plant and store location. The moment when I press enter, see guys all of you what happens to the net price? You got the net price as 105 and even you cannot able to modify it. It is totally grayed out. It is just in display mode. You cannot change modification everything. Apart from that, in the purchase order, if you go to item details, conditions tab, it will display all the condition types including the values what you have maintained in the info record. It automatically displays whatever the conditions you have maintained in the info record. Let us say for example, I will change this supplier. Instead of 2201 vendor, I will enter 2202 vendor. Press enter. So what happened? There is no conditions at all. No gross price. And even the item value also, net price is blank. But still you can create a purchase order by maintaining manually the conditions. And one more thing, there is one condition type you have seen in the info record also and even in the purchase order where it displays automatically. You don't need to enter it. That is gross price. This will be displayed automatically whether you are creating a quotation or a purchase order or info record, whatever it is. Gross price condition type will be displayed automatically. Only we are going to enter the remaining condition types. Suppose again if you maintain the same vendor 2201 vendor, if you press enter, again it displays the conditions and all and net price you got it because you have maintained the info record for this material and for this vendor. So this is the concept of the info. So if you maintain the info record, automatically net present the conditions you will get it. If you don't maintain it, but still you are able to create a purchase order by entering them manually. Like how we have seen the list of materials, the list of vendors, in the same way to display list of materials, sorry, to display list of info records per material, it is ME1M and per vendor is ME1L. To display list of info records per material ME1M and per vendor is ME1L. Yeah. So if you go to ME1M, enter the material, the purchasing organization plant, whatever it is. If you execute, it will display the info records. So if you go to ME1L, that is per vendor. If you just enter the vendor, so with this vendor, how many types of info records you have created displays. So next heading is purchasing. So we have seen three master data: material master, vendor master, info record. Now we are going to see the transaction document, that is purchasing documents. The remaining master data we will see later on, that is source session, quota arrangement. Now purchasing. The different types of purchasing documents available in SAP MM are purchase requisition, purchase order, request for quotation, contract, schedule agreement. The different types of purchasing documents available in SAP MM are purchase requisition, purchase order, request for quotation, contract, and schedule agreement. So these are a total 5 purchasing documents what we have in our SAP MM. Out of which the first one is only internal document. The first one is only internal document. The remaining 4 are the external documents. So remember, out of 5, purchase requisition was an internal document. The remaining 4 are external documents. Now first we'll discuss purchase requisition. Now what is this purchase requisition means? Now for example, I am working in one organization as a mechanical engineer or mechanical department in charge. The worker will come, he will inform me, we need a material called gear of 5 to 10 pieces. Now I am in need of one material called gear. Now what I will do? I will not approach to the vendor. Okay. So here I will inform to my purchasing department in the form of creating purchase requisition, stating that, boss, I need this material of so and so quantity on so and so date. In the form of a PR. Even we can call this as a indent. So what is a purchase requisition? Is a purchasing document created by the requisitioner or by the user to the purchasing department during the purchasing of the materials and services from the vendor. It is the only one internal document in SAP MM. It is the only one internal document in SAP MM. The PR document is divided into 4 divisions. So the purchase requisition screen is total divided into 4 divisions. That is document overview, header, item overview, and item details. So it's totally divided into 4 documents. So the PR document is divided into 4 divisions. The screen itself, document overview, header, item overview, item details. Okay. Now to create a PR, the transaction code is ME51N, 52N, 53N. What does that it means? 51N is to create, 2N is to change, 3N is display. So I'll go to ME51N. Now this is a PR screen, guys, how it look like. All of you see here. If you click on each and every option, it will spread the screen. Now see here. If you click on document overview, it will display document overview screen, header, item overview, then item details. If you want to collapse the screen, the same options. Click on it, click on it. To expand the screen, the same options. Click on document overview, click on header, click on item overview. When you enter item overview, then you'll get item details. If you want to compress or collapse, again the same options. Okay. So here the first one is, now and one more thing, the moment you came to this screen, you need to identify it is displaying some purchase requisition standard that is called document type. In future we'll discuss what is this document type. So whatever the purchasing documents we create, that is created based upon the document type. And here the document type that is standard one is purchase requisition standard. By default it will be there, guys. You no need to select the option also. Again I will enter the transaction code. See all of you guys, ME51N. The moment when you press enter, so it will be there. You no need to select or no need to enter the document type. Click on document overview. Then it will display the document overview screen. And here there is option called selection variant. Click on that selection variant. Under this I'll select purchase requisitions. System displays on the screen. And here, so I will not enter my organization structure on details because so far you have not created any purchase requisitions or anything. So even I will not enter my plant also. I will enter the SAP given standard plant 1000. Execute. Click on this clock. Now see what happens. So here the system has displayed the list of purchase requisitions created so far under the under the plant 1000. The system displays the list of purchase requisitions so far created with respect to the plant. Okay, so what is the meaning of this document overview? So in the document overview, the system displays the list of purchasing documents. It may be PR or a PO or RFQ or what it may be, depending upon the requirement. Let's say you go to again selection variant and you select purchase requisitions. You try to maintain your plan 2011. See whether the system displays any purchase requisitions or not. If you execute, the system will throw a message, no data satisfying selection criteria exists. It means by using that plant, we don't have created not even a single PR. Close it. Next, header. In the header, any text information is maintained in the header level, which will be copied automatically into the purchase order. In the header, any text information is maintained in the header level, which will be copied automatically into the purchase order. Next, item overview. So I'll close the header. In item overview, the first option you have item. There is nothing but item number, that is serial number. So whenever if you enter 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 materials, it will display serial number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. So here SAP has started the serial number as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 like that. Next, A. A stands for account assignment category. So the account assignment category parameter is used when we create a purchase requisition for services, then when we create a purchase requisition for non-stock items, at that time we supposed to maintain this account assignment category, and that too for our we are going to use K. K refers to cost center. So what is the main function of account assignment categories? The main function of account assignment category is to determine which account assignment data is required for the order item. Next, I. I stands for item category. So here we have different types of business scenarios. Therefore, we'll create different types of purchase requisitions and purchase record types by selecting here. So here you have different item categories like standard, consignment, subcontracting, third party, stock transfer, service, etc. So as of now, we are going to see only the standard one. So the main function of item category is to determine how the procurement of the materials and goods is controlled for the order item. So what type of PR we are creating now? It is a standard PR. And here you enter the created material number. If you know it, directly you enter the material number, or otherwise you can search. Now I have entered the material code. Therefore, no need to enter the short text. It will take from the material master. Enter the quantity. No need to enter the basic unit of measure. It will come from the material master. Delivery date. So whichever the date you want the material. No need to enter the material group. Enter your created plan. Create a store location. Created purchasing group. So here requisitioner, it means the person who is going to create. The username, tracking number. In future, if you want to track the PR, so tracking number is minimum is 1 digit, maximum is 10 digits, and enter the purchasing organization. Press enter. So here you got the serial number as 10. Okay. So this is the item overview details we will enter. Next, item details. In item details you have material data. So here it displays again your material code, the description what you have maintained, and the material group. If this material is maintained in the form of batches, even you can enter the batch number also. Otherwise it's not required. Next, quantities dates. So it displays how much quantity you are ordering it. It displays the delivery date, requested, release date, everything. Here there is an option called closed. Suppose if we activate this indicator, then what happens? The purchase request will be closed and we cannot create a PO with reference to this PR. Next, valuation. So here it displaying 1 kg is equal to 10 euros. From where you got this valuation price? Because I have maintained the price in the material master. Therefore, the system is taking the price automatically from there. And here there is an important parameter, invoice received. By default it will be in activated position. Suppose if I deactivate, then what happens? Then the material is treated as a free goods material. Free goods material means you will create a purchase order and you create a goods receipt, but there will be no invoice, as the vendor is setting for free of cost, provided if you deactivate this indicator. Next, source of supply. It means from which source you are purchasing it. So here you have desired vendor. What is meaning of desired vendor? That is recommended vendor. You can recommend the vendor to purchase a material if you know it. Next, fixed vendor. So we have separate scenario called fixed vendor. So sometimes you can fix the vendor to purchase a material. Okay. Next, status. So here the system displays the status of the purchase requisition. What the system will display status of purchase requisition means whether for this purchase requisition is a purchase order is created or not. If it is created, it will display the PO number. If it is not created, it will not display the PO number. And here you have block ID. You can block the purchase requisition by selecting block by requester. So if you block the PR, the PO is created but hold for GR. The PO is created but hold for GR. Next, contact person. Contact person. So here it displays again the requisitioner and all, and here creation indicator, whether the PR is creating manually or automatically. And here there is an indicator called MRP controller. Suppose if the MRP controller indicator is maintained, so blindly believe the source of the purchase requisition is getting from production planning department or production planning module. If this MRP control indicator is maintained, then the source of the purchase requisition is from production planning department, PP. So this text is item text. So enter the text information. Enter the text information, and here you have delivery address. Always the system displays the plant address will be taken as a delivery address. So when you are creating the plant, there we have entered the address, so the system automatically take the address from that plant creation. During the plant creation, whatever the address you have maintained, that address will be displayed over here. So this is the total details of your purchase requisition. Before going to save, there is a check button here. Click on the check button. So system displays a message, no message issued during check. Let us say I will remove the quantity. We'll see what happens. Again click on check. System throws an error. Purchase requisition still contains errors. Item 10, enter a quantity. Item 10 means that is the first line item. There you enter the quantity. Again click on check. Save. Now the system will throw a message saying that purchase requisition so and so 001 001 5154 created. From where you'll get this number? You'll get because of the number ranges only. When you define the number ranges, then only displays the purchase requisition number. So how to define the number ranges for purchasing documents? That we'll see later on. So like this, we create a purchase requisition. So we can create a PR with reference to PR. So how can you copy the data from old PR to new PR? So create a PR with reference to PR. Again, you go to ME11N, click on document overview, selection variant, purchase requisition. So here, just you enter the plan. If you want to see based upon the material also, you can enter the material also. Let us say I will enter material and plan. We'll see whether the PRs are created or not. Here, the system is displaying there are only one purchase requisition has been created for this plan. Therefore, you place a cursor on the PR and click on adopt. The moment when I click on this adopt, automatically displays the details over here. See, you got first line item. Again, if you click on adopt, second. If you click on adopt, third. If you click on adopt, fourth. If you click on adopt, see, select this. What are the modifications and changes you want to do it? You can do, then save. Purchase requisition is ready. So to display list of purchase requisition, the transaction code is ME5A to display list of purchase requisitions. The next topic we call it as a RFQ, request for quotation.